There's so much going on in social media at the moment, and of course in digital marketing generally, that a lot of people want to know what's going to happen next.
What's going to happen is, going forward, as Facebook, because I don't know how you feel, but half of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook are people from university, people that I don't see regularly every day, and they may not share my interests anymore. Maybe I'm doing a sport that they are not doing, or maybe I'm traveling to South America, which they may not be doing, and we may not have that much in common, but we are friends. So what I see happening is that more communities will be created around verticals. So for example, if you are a committed cyclist, you will join the equivalent of Facebook, but for cyclists, because there you will be having things in common with the people that you're connected with. Or if you're traveling, you know, a community for travelers in a specific location. So I think we'll see more verticalization, if that's even a word, of these social channels. Equivalent, like if Instagram is great for any kind of picture, what about a photo app for, or a community of pictures for one specific area of interest? That could potentially be more of interest. So I think more along those lines. But kind of moving away from the specific software or the brand or the product itself, I think what's happening is that social media will become more integrated with other departments beyond marketing that we talked about in the beginning. I think that's where we're going to see the most sort of innovation in terms of how do you leverage social media for product development. Let's say you have a newspaper, you have a car. A great example is Barclaycard in America. They created the world's first socially created credit card. I mean, who would think of such a thing as create a credit card using social? Well, they did, and they proved that it worked. And what they did, they invited people that were customers of Barclaycard and say, hey, we're experimenting creating this new product. Are you interested? And they said, yeah. Some people signed up and said yes. And they said, well, this is how the foundation of a credit card. This is how much we need to charge. This is what interest would look like. And the community could then have input in where they thought the interest rate was too high or the annual fee was too low or whatever, considering the benefits they were getting for the card. So they kind of socially curated and created kind of the terms and conditions of the card. And not only that, when the card was launched, they could see how many have signed up to this card. They could see what's the outstanding debt that Barclaycard is exposed to. So they could then understand the risk the company is taking, and they could talk about whether or not they should be more risk averse or less risk averse. And they could talk about whether the customer service should be in America or if it should be abroad, because that would impact the annual fee. And this is still going really well. I mean, it's early days still, but I mean, that's one way of thinking of how product development could leverage social. And I think we'll see much more of that going forward.